Hello, hello. Um, I just wanted to kind of go over some things with you. This is, first of all, um, a form that I created to sort of track ILT, and I got it from Teachers Pay Teachers. I bought a license for each of us, so we're good. We're in compliance there. We're not stealing anybody's intellectual property. And I just sort of reformatted it to deal with what we're doing in ILT. I did want to clarify ILT just a little bit. ILT is not designed to be a one size fits all. Um, we really have to look at, and you guys have done a great job at looking at your specific students and their needs. So this is not an attempt to sort of do exactly what elementary is doing and have everybody do the same thing, because that may not be what's best for middle school. ILT has some requirements. One, the expectation is that we do work on content, specifically math and ELA. ILT assumes also that we will look at data and base our instruction on data, and that we have a way to measure and monitor the effectiveness of our practice. So there were a couple of issues that came up with the diagnostic arena in IXL, and that is that it's difficult to tie student improvement directly to our practice in IXL if we're using the diagnostic, which gives us a hodgepodge of all the different standards and all the different skills that students need for that grade level. So we can't directly tie that improvement to what we're doing in IXL. So one of the things that we can do, and if my understanding is correct, you guys are looking at what students need to know on grade level, and you're getting those underlying skills in IXL or giving them additional practice in IXL, which is perfect. That's great. And that's probably what middle school needs. So understanding that, an easy way to address the issue of how we measure the effectiveness is just to create a pre and post test. Really simple, really easy to do. And you can do that in USA Test Prep. You can do it with one that you already have, maybe. For us just to be able to see, okay, so these are the skills and standards that students need to know in this particular unit. This is where they were when they started. We practice these same skills and standards in IXL right here, and you can just type in whatever. These are text boxes, so you can just type in whatever. And then they had a post test. So for example, I kind of filled in one, and this is taking us, this is specifically for math, you can adjust it. This is taking us from, I believe it is November. We're not going to go back further than that. November to February. So pre-test in November, post in December. Pre-test in November, post in December. I'm sorry. Yeah, pre-test in January, post in February. Sorry about that. And let's just say we pretended that we decided that mastery in USA Test Prep for us, we want our kids to have an 80% or better. You might not. You might say 70% or better is fine. Perfectly fine. You can adjust that. So in my November pre-test, 40% of my students in math of the sixth grade, they made an 80% or better. So here we are. These are the skills practiced in IXL to kind of help them improve in the standards. And then look, in December, 70% of students had an 80% or better. So 70% of my students demonstrated mastery. So I could do the same in, let's say, seventh grade. Let's leave this at 65%. 65% of my students in the seventh grade had 80% or better. I practiced those skills in the seventh grade in IXL. Then I came back up here. And then it's like there was a decline for some reason. So what we would then need to do is look at the reason for that decline. What happened? What happened that led to this? Who are the specific students that struggled? What were the areas? And then we might say, based on that, we need to spend a little more time on these skills because they shouldn't be regressive. But more than likely, they'll make some improvement, right? Because we'll be working on this for like a good month or so. So let's say I increased it to 75%. Okay, here you go. So you can see that the bar moved immediately. So that gives us a good visual, and we can see that we're definitely making some progress. So we'll do the same for these other ones as well. I left these percentages here just because every time I tried to take them out, the whole table disappeared. So I'm not familiar enough with Excel to have a lot of confidence in my ability to do stuff. So this is just something, and this is just sort of a guide. This is the type of data that we need. You do not have to, as a middle school, use this. If somebody wants to take it and tweak it and do something different with it or use a whole different form, that's fine. We just wanted to give you something so that you could get a good visual of our thoughts and what we're needing to have done during this time. So I have shared this with Ms. Gresham, and you guys are free to edit it as you need to. Again, this was just an easy way for us to say, okay, students did this on a pre-test, this on a post-test. We worked on these same skills in IXL, so we can directly attribute their progress to them having worked on those skills. All right. Please let me know if you have any other questions or you need any additional support. I'm always here. Thanks. Bye-bye.